Good morning. Very pleased to welcome Mr. Kayan Jaff, Head of Mission and Advisor of FAO for the GCC and Yemen. Thank you very much, Mr. Kayan. As you know, the UAE is keen to be among the world's top food producers, as highlighted by His Excellency Abdullah bin Tok, the Minister of Economy. How is FAO helping basically the UAE to achieve this very bullish goal, taking into account all the challenges around, especially the climate?
First of all, thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure. Let me say in the outset, everything is possible in the United Arab Emirates, and I think this is the motto of the top leadership. And so with FAO's role here is to advise member states like the UAE on how to benefit sustainably. And this is a sustainable issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Production in the Gulf has its challenges.
Yes.
We have scarcity of water, you have soil elements, and of course the weather is diverse. But with all of that said, there are ways and means. If the will is there, then it can be done. To begin with, there is something in the technology called vertical farming.
Okay.
So this is one methodology
It
that
is
we
growing
can use.
indeed.
It is very much
in this
growing.
part of the world.
Second of all, I think within the context of food security, which is what the government and in particular the ministries such as the Ministry of Economy and the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment is asking our organization to help them with redesigning the food security strategy. The food security strategy of 10 years ago is not the same food security strategy of today.
Post-COVID, especially.
Post-COVID, we've also had the climate change element, which has affected the diverse temperatures. We saw the rainfall that took place in the UAE and in the region. So there's always the element of production versus quality versus food safety. So these are the three elements that we also like to advise governments. Our job is to provide what we call the honest broker advice.
Yes. Food safety, as you know, this is also another challenge this part of the world. Even within the UAE, there are different basically laws and regulations. How can we strengthen food security, and what is the role of FAO in this regard? Food safety.
This is a very important topic. Tomorrow is the World Food Safety Day. And the United Arab Emirates, and in particular the municipality of Dubai, is hosting an event whereby they will discuss food safety. Food safety's theme this year, of course, is pegged with three organizations. One is FAO, the second one is the World Health Organization, the WHO, and the third one is what's called the Codex Alimentarius. Codex Alimentarius is a platform that basically provides food safety policy to the top policymakers in the world. The theme of this year is expect the unexpected.
Okay.
And this by itself is alarming because food safety can really affect an economy with just one or two small mistakes.
We're seeing, as you know, for example, in Europe, there are more trying to unify their laws under the EU laws framework. And even in the GCC, we're seeing tried the ESG framework for ESG reporting, also the code building, the green building code, and others. Do you foresee basically unified laws for food security in this part of the world among the GCC?
We have our offices in the UAE is a sub-regional office.
Correct.
So that means we're mandated to service the GCC countries plus Yemen.
Yeah.
So there is an initiative that is sub-regional to apply unification of standardization of food policy and food procedures. It's not easy because food doesn't have borders.
Absolutely.
So it is a cross-border issue. And again, we go back to providing support to the standardization of quality of food because this region imports more than 80% of its food.
Yeah, as you know, the head of WHO just last week in Geneva at their annual event warned that a new pandemic is a matter of time. Are we ready in this part of the world for a big new pandemic?
I think the resilience is always there. I think we learned a lot from COVID. In all aspects. We learned it from the trade aspect. We learned it also from the policy aspect. We even learned it from the agricultural production. Many farmers were affected by COVID because of the communication and the transportation. So I think the resilience is there. It's part of our human nature. And we are in a region where it is resilience based, unfortunately. So yes, I think we are comfortably ready.
Ready. All right. In terms of mobility, it's quite a complex geography over here. What are you doing basically to make the mobility more green? Are you helping basically in the food transportation across the world? Is there a role for FAO in this regard?
Yeah, we work very closely with what we call our Rome-based agencies. Rome-based agencies are 3 agencies. Of course, there's FAO in Rome, and then there's a World Food Program, and then there is IFAD, which is the International
That are
Fund.
available in this building, I guess. Another one is available.
The WFP is here. We work very closely with them. You mentioned transportation and logistics. We have very close relationship with WFP. That is the forefront in emergencies, while IFAD is the funding arm. FAO is more of a technical arm. So to answer your question, we, as a coordination, Rome-based agencies, we do manage that very, very well.
Mr. Kayan, thank you very much for being with us today.
Most welcome.